At the end of today's stream, we'll go for about an hour. So let's get started. Let's see, I use this one. Hi. Forgive my stubble. It's been a long week. Let's see, do we have game audio this week? I don't have to fiddle with it. I didn't touch anything at the end. All right. So it sounds like everything is working, so we can get back into this mystery here. The first mystery is, where is the light switch?
Dannazione, I can't see anything. I need to find the light switch.
Walk.
Here's the switch.
There we go. Alright, will he let us just leave?
I'm not leaving unarmed. I'd better get my gun before I go to the Melville port.
Aha, alright, so where would you keep your gun? Under your pillow? That's not what I was expecting.
Fold-away bed. One of the best inventions in recent times. A fold-away bed.
Nope, alright. Let's see. Where do you keep a gun?
A series of useless manuals on the ethics of investigation. As if there were an elegant way to take a bullet in the thigh.
Oh, he's not feeling very good today.
Documents, an ashtray, and takeaway Chinese food. Everything that you need for a good investigation. No, I have something else to do now. This calendar is from a few years back. I should throw it away, but I wouldn't know what to replace it with.
Another calendar? My question is why it's so low on the pillar. Alright.
All the cases I've ever worked on over the years are filed in there. Boring cases of cheating spouses and petty thefts.
Yeah, we've got a lot of boxes and drawers to look into, don't we?
Better not. Looking at these cases again would be a blow to my self-esteem.
A chair.
My favorite armchair, but maybe that's because it's the only one I have. Even though I'm really tempted, I don't have time to rest right now.
No time to rest. We need a gun.
Patriotic American images. They add a little something for the clients. My 20 square feet of bathroom with my $16 a piece ceramic sanitary ware.
I guess he doesn't need the bathroom right now. Telephone back door?
As long as the bed is in the way.
Oh, alright. Put the bed back. Bed back and beyond! Ah, this is photo developing booth.
The only suitcase I have.
Tink. We'll be doing that later, won't we?
Documents? No. Documents?
It's not
No,
the Chinese
I
food.
have something else to do now.
Telephone.
The telephone. Inside, there's a nice mix of documents and underwear.
Oh, we could always use it.
Nothing useful in there.
Oh. That's true. If he had a kid in here, he would find the gun almost immediately, and it would be a real problem.
A map of the island of Manhattan. Order was never my forte. It doesn't seem like the right time to...
Start cleaning, alright.
Family photographs before I left for America. It cost a lot to take a photograph back then. My mother insisted, and they took 5, one for each of us. I wonder how they are. It's been more than 20 years since I left Italy.
Aha. It's easy to swear in another language for an English game, because Then nobody knows what you're saying.
I don't have any idea what's in these boxes, but if I put them there, there's got to be a reason.
Sure. The reason is you take them
There's
down.
nothing interesting there. Maybe another time. I don't need the phone book now.
Oh, there's a phone book there. All right.
Maybe another time. No, I don't have any trips planned.
A lot of stuff in here. This is just getting used
What's
to the
left
area
of an old
when
bicycle?
we need it later, you know.
It's fine where it is. Mop and pail. Perfect for a housewife.
Do you have a housewife?
It's an old trunk full of clothes. There's nothing in there but blankets and clothes.
Oh, I did a quick check on the
A
voice actor
manifesto
here.
from Clito.
And the
in Calabria,
English voice
the city
actor
where I
is the
was
same guy
born.
who plays Sullivan in Cognition.
Some canned tomatoes, beans, and other grub to keep me alive.
You need...
No, I'm not hungry now.
Oh, come on. You need beans,
Boxes.
man.
I doubt.
Let's see here.
Detergent and clothespins, the bare necessities to look presentable.
I'll take them with
I'm
me.
not going to pick up every object that I find around. My homemade photography lab. I develop my own photographs. I can't let compromising materials end up with some photographer with a loose tongue. The last red light bulb I had blew up last week, and the place where I usually buy them doesn't open until tomorrow morning.
Ah, so we can't do any developing
When I
yet
rented
anyway.
this apartment, this thing was already there. It's kind of broken, but I didn't pay for it. The only useful thing back here is this old box of ammunition, but it's pointless for me to take it without the gun.
I know, right?
I'm not going to pick up every object.
Like, what is an
Boxes,
adventure
papers,
game
and
if
other
not
stuff that I
a
don't need anymore.
large collection of random objects?
I doubt I'll find any.
Let's see here.
A jar of lard.
Do you use
I
lard?
don't have any intention to put that greasy thing in my coat.
Alright, fine.
There are just boxes with boxes, papers. There are just It's my gun holster.
There it is.
Dannazione. It's been years since I put the gun in here. I don't have any idea of what the combination is.
Wait, he hasn't been using the... What? Okay. He's really confusing me. What sort of private investigator is he if he's not using his gun? Alright.
Family photographs, but it cost a lot. I wonder how... It's fine where it is. This calendar is from a few years back. It's pointless to flip the day. It's years behind. This calendar is from a document and...
Let's use the phone.
Hello, New York operator. I'm listening.
I don't need anything.
Bye.
Alright, so, we're looking for a date here. Probably that one. 8172. That looks useful. Ow. Alright. There were other numbers on there, but, you know. Yeah, 2733 as well.
It's my gun. Donna.
Ah. And 2. Where's that 2? There we go. Easy enough.
My gun. My gun. It's been a while since I used it. I don't like to carry it with me. Anyway, it's not loaded, and it's pretty useless to carry it around without any bullets. I must have some bullets in my
Thank you,
office
here you
somewhere.
are.
I just need to remember where.
Luckily, we found the bullets already, so we can just back off here. And they're in this box here.
Here are the bullets. Let's hope they didn't rot over the years.
Bullets have
Great.
a
There are just
surprisingly
3
long
bullets.
shelf life.
Better
so-
to be an optimist and see the magazine half full rather than half empty.
All right.
Good. The gun is loaded now.
Let's get out of here.
There's something under the door.
Oh
I
yeah.
must have been too drunk to notice it when I got here.
Or maybe someone slipped it in.
It's a letter from Slavonsky, the apartment owner.
Dear Mr. Del Nero,
Oh,
please
no.
remember that you are 2 months late with rent. You are asked to fulfill your duties as renter to avoid unpleasant consequences. This is last notice that I send. If you do not pay, I take drastic measures. Sincerely, Vladimir Alexandrovich Slavonsky.
If I had the money, I'd pay the rent. It's the 3rd threat of eviction that this stingy Russian has sent me this month. And I think it can keep the other 2 company.
Oh, you're just gonna tear it up, huh? Fine then. Be that way. Let's read the newspaper.
An old copy of the New York Voice.
An old copy? How old? Storm
For
incoming.
once, the weather forecast seems to have been right. I've never seen this much rain coming down. It's like a hurricane hit New York.
And now I know
For
that,
once, the weather forecast
we can
seems
click
I've
on all
never
the
seen.
things.
The certainty with which Mayor Weston claims he'll be re-elected makes me think that his electoral campaign isn't relying solely on rallies and handshakes. At the end of the day, you can always buy the votes that you can't win with your ideas. Cardinal Rastinger gets up in arms about alcohol abuse. This is the kind of news that tells me that the church and I will never get along too well.
Sad, sad man. All right, let's just go.
That's a cab. Since my car is still parked in Harlem, it's the only way that I can get to Brooklyn.
Well, okay then. To Brooklyn to find this mysterious
Cab.
man.
That's just what I need.
Hi, buddy. I help you?
Take me to the Melville Port in Brooklyn.
Sorry, friend. I know in service.
What?
What does that mean?
It means I no work. I on way. No wife, no work, and no question. I on way.
It's quite the accent he's got there.
When is your break over?
Oh, I don't know. Can be 2 or 3 hours.
You're on a 3-hour break? What kind of nightcab are you if you take a 3-hour break in the middle of the night?
I don't talk about my work with you, especially when I on way.
I
Really?
need to go to the Melville Port. It's urgent.
Buddy, it's your problem. I off. If you big hurry, call cab company. I have send other cab.
Okay.
Goodbye.
You said white word. Goodbye.
Gee, thanks, man. What do we got here? Arkham Jewelry? Arkham Jewels?
Old Abraham's jewelry
Abraham's
store.
jewelry.
In the end,
Alright.
they even managed to close down that old Jewish tightwad. If this recession continues, in another 2 years, the Lower East Side won't have any businesses left open. I have no intention of walking halfway across Manhattan on foot.
Alright, I guess we're gonna have to use that phone book. Hold up the cab driver? Are you nuts? That's just a right indecent thing to do. Actually,
Slavonsky's Porter Lodge. That stingy Russian spends the whole day inside this hole. Weird he's not here now.
Russian dolls.
I think this is a matryoshka. Even if, from that sour expression, it doesn't look like something a kid would play with. No thanks. I don't think I'd make a good porter. The only useful thing on this shelf is the New York phone book.
There it is. All right.
I don't need the phone book now.
Wait, what? Really?
I don't need the phone book now. I must have been... A manual on processing jade, an essay on sleepwalking, and a treatise on the story of the Knights Templar. I must have been drunk when I bought these books.
Well, the game's not letting me pick up the phone book, so I might have to do that. Let's see here. Maybe the operator knows the cab company, right?
New York operator, what can I do for you?
Yep.
A taxi company, please.
1 second.
Alright. Really useful when you don't need the phone book at all. You can just tell someone else to do
Hello,
it for you.
Binkle Taxi. What can I do for you?
I need a cab.
Where are you?
Essex Street, on the Lower East Side.
Hold, please. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm sorry, but the only driver in your area isn't answering his radio. He seems to have disappeared into thin air.
You don't have
Lovely.
any other cab?
No, not right now. No one wants to work the night shift in South New York. The area is full of knuckleheads.
So the only cab available in this area is the one with this disappeared driver.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him in days. We even reported him missing to the police, but they don't care about a disappeared Mexican cab driver. They keep telling us that sooner or later a detective will contact us by radio and they'll start an investigation, but I still haven't heard from anyone. Anyway, I can send you a cab from Harlem, but it'll still take about half an hour.
No, I can't wait. I'll figure out something else.
How much do you want to
Okay,
bet that it'll take more than
bye.
half an hour for us to figure out how to get a cab?
All I needed was a missing cab driver. It seems that the only way to get away from here is that damn Chinese cab driver.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to go talk to him and I guess maybe stick him up.
I don't want to go up. I wanted my office to be on the ground floor so that I wouldn't have to go upstairs every day.
That's smart. If you're young enough to do the stairs, do the stairs. It's good for you. But otherwise, yeah, ground floor is nice.
This is the fire escape. Knowing the high standards of this building, they might collapse as soon as you put a foot on them.
Oh, no. Actually, is this
The elections for mayor of New York are coming up. All the roads are plastered with idiotic slogans. Politicians. I hate those people.
You again, buddy? I already told you, I on break.
I slapped you upside the head.
The company says that there are no cabs in the area.
Well, obviously, I own the cab driver in area.
Hey, wait. The receptionist said the only cab driver for this area disappeared 3 days ago.
Disappear? I know disappear. I know answer radio, that all.
You're not
Why
Mexican
don't you answer
either.
the radio?
You are
I
obviously
sell it,
not
make big
Mexican.
money.
You sold the radio?
Yes, sold. I pick up more client going round. Radio no help.
Ah,
Something smells fishy.
And what you want now?
wow. They're just gonna keep all of the previous hints that I know of.
The receptionist said the cab driver who disappeared was a fat Mexican. And you don't seem much like a fat Mexican.
I don't understand what you say.
You stole
You
that
understand
car.
all too well if you ask me. I'm not interested in your game. But if you're Mexican, I'm Abe Lincoln.
I'm Mexican. Adopted Mexican. With many
Yeah,
years
right.
in Mexico. With uncle.
Of course. And what's your uncle's name?
My uncle called... He called Diego. Diego de la Vega.
Diego de la Vega is Zorro.
Yes, yes. His friends often call him Zorro.
He's make-believe. He doesn't exist.
What? You tell me my uncle no exist?
Let's knock it off with this story. I don't care who you are, or where you come from, or what you did with the Mexican driver.
I care.
Just take me to the Melville port, and I'll keep my mouth shut about all this. Easy, right?
You blackmail me.
Yes.
You can call it whatever you want. That's just how things are.
I don't listen to blackmail.
Whatever you want. I hope the police believe your story about being Zorro's Chinese nephew.
Okay, okay. You win. You get in cab, but don't say nothing to nobody about this.
That's better.
Where we go?
The Melville port in Brooklyn. The cab glides over Manhattan Bridge, a solitary figure, ignoring the speed limit. In my head, a quartet of pneumatic hammers continues to bang on my temples, reminding me that there's still a good amount of whiskey in my veins.
I appreciate
Not
the
exactly
pros, at
the
least.
best way to go to a meeting that seems like it was set up to get rid of someone quickly.
Yes, he cooperate.
You happy now? I bring you here, and now I go away.
You're not going anywhere. Wait for me here.
I must wait you here? I don't want to wait you here. This place is scary. I want to go.
This is scary.
Stop whining, or I swear I'll get your taxi driver's license revoked.
License? Need license to drive cab?
Great. A Chinese cab driver without a license who's driving the cab of some Mexican guy that nobody can find.
Welcome to New York.
Oh boy.
This car tells me I'm not the only one at the port. Better not waste time and head for the port's entrance. The appointment was more than half an hour ago.
Right. Is that this one or this way? See if it pans this way. Cooperate. Yes.
There's no one here. This is the right place, and I'm not that late that most people wouldn't still be waiting. I don't like this. I'd better take a look around. Before I check out the piers, I better take a look around.
Ah, right. Okay, what do we got here?
A stop sign.
Alright.
Melville Port. In the 1920s, it was an important loading and unloading point for fishermen who frequented the East River. But I hadn't heard about it for years. I thought it had closed. It's the Manhattan Bridge.
Really?
They finished it about 20 years
Oh,
ago.
okay.
It connects
The
lower
glare on my
Manhattan
screen's a
to
little
Brooklyn.
strong, so.
It's
Walk
the Harbor
faster.
Master's office. There's a notice. We would like to inform you that the Harbor Master's office is open daily from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
4 hours? That's not that great.
An open can. Looks like there's pitch in there.
Hmm.
The pitch looks like it can still be used.
Grab.
My gun. I bought a
Right. What do we got over
wooden
here?
stick. From the markings on the side, it must be one of the rods they use to measure the depth of the water.
I smell a torch.
Right now, I don't need it.
Oh, alright.
There's a toy company logo on these crates. Who knows? Maybe Santa Claus decided to give up his sleigh for a more practical merchant ship.
Let's see, what's that say? The sun is shining.
The sun is shining. Rather optimistic for an act of vandalism. It's a signal buoy. The anchor must be broken. Otherwise, there's no reason for it to be so close to the mooring.
Aha. Do the shuffle.
A rowboat that has seen better days. A metal door.
Let us open said metal door.
It's closed.
Yes, that's why I want to open
It's
it.
closed. Going through the whole port on foot is an experience that I'd rather avoid.
Okay. Use car. I mean, if someone else can steal a car, why can't we?
Nothing that's worth the trouble of picking up.
Aw.
There are barrels and crates everywhere at the port. Crates, barrels, and other crap.
Language.
They probably called me from this telephone. I remember hearing a ship's siren during the call. There's something on the ground.
Oh.
Dannazione. It's blood. It's fresh. Very fresh. Otherwise the rain would have washed it away. I didn't like this case right from the very beginning. These traces of blood certainly don't win at any points.
Doo-doo-doo. What the
Hell.
Aw. Cab.
Dannazione. That Chinese cab driver ran away and left me here. I hate
Dannazione.
cab drivers. It would be better if I called the police.
So, are we going to call the police?
Yes, I better call the police. Hello, operator? Operator.
Oh no.
There's no line. Someone must have cut the cables. That explains why the telephone call I received was cut off so abruptly. No cab, and no phone. Looks like I'll have to take care of things myself.
Time to be a superhero. Suddenly I can't go that way.
Right now, I don't need it.
Okay, is the metal door open? I was half expecting you to say, alright, time to go that way. Now let's check the boat. Did I check the boat? Thought I checked the boat.
A rowboat that has seen better days.
Use boat.
No, it's saying something that it's still floating.
Yeah, it means it's perfectly safe.
A metal door. There are just hangars and warehouses for the next 2 miles. Walking is not an option.
That's why you need to use the boat. Come on, man, it makes sense.
It's closed.
Okay. You.
It looks like there's something inside these crates.
Oh,
Let's see.
what do we got?
It's part of a pipe. It could be helpful.
Part of a pipe?
It looks like a piece of piping.
Ah. Not a smoking
No,
pipe.
it doesn't make any sense.
Just a pipe. Okay. Use
I
car.
didn't come to steal cars. A ton. A ton. Yes, I'll take a little.
So we've put some pitch in this pipe.
Now the pipe is full of pitch.
Okay.
pitch should work as glue. A rather improvised hooked stick. Right now, I don't need it.
Apparently I don't need the hooked stick that I just fashioned. Oh, here we go. So I can't go that way, but I can go this way. The interaction is just a little small.
It's too dark. I can barely see where I'm stepping, but I can see a blood trail pointing to the docks. There's a toy company. Who knows? There's a... Who knows?
Let's see, am I following the blood trail? Let's see, be all investigative.
There are traces of blood on the ground. These traces of blood are...
To the port, harbor. Let's see here.
Right now, I don't need it.
Maybe I can just light my matches or lighter so I can see in the dark. I assumed we were making a torch. That is the traditional adventure game thing to do.
My cigarettes and my lucky lighter.
Okay, yeah.
No clue. At least none. No clue. At least none that makes any sense.
Ah, here we go. A light switch.
Nothing I can do. The panel is completely useless. There's a flashlight here.
Aha.
Yes, I'll take it.
I don't need to make a torch. Yeah, the guy's
Flashlight
probably
is in
dead.
good condition, but it doesn't have any batteries. Finding something ready to be used would have been too easy.
Let's just be safe since it doesn't work. Just close that way. Yeah. So, oh, we had boxes of toys. Are they electronic toys? With batteries included?
They don't fit in my coat. Otherwise, I'd be more than happy to carry a huge wooden crate around New York. These are the typical things that are essential to make it in a big city.
So do I need it now?
And what should I use it for? No clue. At least none that makes any sense.
Can we grab the buoy?
Yes, this should work.
The dinghy. It's not a...
The improvised hook does the job. It hooks the buoy and brings it to the pier.
All right.
Okay, I brought the buoy closer.
Now we'll just ride this thing to China.
Okay, let's hope that the buoy takes the same batteries as the flashlight. They take the same batteries. If I weren't
What
already
luck.
up because of that anonymous call, and I hadn't found traces of blood at a semi-abandoned port, I'd say that today is my lucky day.
All right. Hey, the buoy floated back. And it's still lighting up. Must have a spare. All right, use flashlight
No,
on darkness.
it's time to shed some light on this story.
Click.
Gun and flashlight in hand, I walk around the crates scattered around the port. I'm careful to cast my light everywhere that someone could be hiding with the idea of whacking me over the head with something when I least expect it. There isn't anyone on the dock. I decide to look around the piers. And there, I find something that doesn't really surprise me. A dead body.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sean's dead body.
Sean. Sean!
I touch his face with my fingers. It's warm. He can't have been dead more than 20 minutes. Rifling through the pockets of his coat, I find a bottle that, from the smell of it, must have rye whiskey in it. And a couple documents with the name John Ford on them. They're done so well, they almost seem real. All of a sudden, a noise behind me brings me back to reality. But it's too late. A set of knuckles meets my jaw like a truck. I fall to the ground. From the rebound, my finger pulls the trigger, and the gun goes off. The trajectory of the bullet is as random as my shot. The owner of the fist stands there like a statue, making noises like a caged gorilla at the zoo. I try to think of a quick way to knock him over. He's as big as a house, but a kick to his legs will knock him over like a consumptive kid. Right before I'm about to jump, the guy turns around and runs away. I follow him.
Okay, well.
But as soon as I get off the piers, a light beam hits me right in the face.
This is
"Hands
the
up,"
police.
says a voice, but I can't see the face. "New York Police," continues the voice.
Well, that went about as
Del
well
Nero,
as
that's a great story
expected.
you just told. An anonymous call, a mysterious assailant, and a dead body. Sounds like the plot of one of those crime novels so popular these days.
Or an adventure
I
game.
bet it's those kinds of books that made you the lieutenant you are today.
Hey, I wouldn't joke if I were you. You're not in a position to be joking. Let's summarize your version of the facts. Around 20 past midnight, you got a call from a man. He said he had information for you and asked you to go to the Melville port. You agreed to meet him. When you got to the port, no one was there. You decided to walk to the piers, and there you discovered the body of Sean McClane, a former police officer who had been your partner in this department years back until the Valenti case when you both got kicked out of the force. And to conclude, you claim that you were assaulted by some mystery guy who was chasing you when you got arrested by Officers Harris and McGee. Now, is this all correct?
It's the third time that I've told you the facts of the matter. I can repeat it as often as you like, so that you can see whether I trip up, but that technique isn't gonna work.
You are accused of homicide, Del Nero, and I suggest you cooperate with us if you don't want to end up in a cell. There are some unclear points that I'd like to shed some light on, if you don't mind.
Sure, I don't have any other appointments. My knitting class has already ended.
Del Nero, joke around if you think this behavior will help you.
I do.
At 20 past midnight, you got a telephone call from a man that asked you to go to the old Melville port. You agreed without thinking twice. Let's talk about the telephone call you received.
Oh, are they actually going to... All right.
It was a guy with some information about one of my cases.
Okay. It must have been very important information to make you go to the port in the middle of the night. What information are we talking about?
Let's see here. No. Two.
Information on a person I'm looking for.
Interesting. Based on your story, when you got the call, you went right to the Melville port. How did you get to the port?
Cab.
I took a cab.
Interesting. From the telephone records, we know you called a cab company at 12:27, but we don't have any proof that you really did take a cab. How do you explain the fact that no driver reports having you in their cab?
Let's see.
I threatened a Chinese driver that was trying to pretend he was Mexican.
Don't joke around. Answer my question.
I did.
How do you explain the fact that no driver reports having you in their cab?
I threatened a Chinese driver that was trying to pretend he was Mexican.
Don't joke around. Answer my question. How do you explain the fact that no driver reports having you in their cab?
I paid the cab driver so that he'd say nothing.
Okay. When you got to the port, did you meet anybody?
No.
No, no one was there.
So you didn't meet anyone. What did you do when you arrived at the port?
I took a look around.
Good. The officer said that you were inside the port. Why did you go to the piers?
Why not? I mean...
There were traces of blood.
Don't lie, Del Nero. My officers didn't find any traces of blood.
It was
Why
raining.
did you go to the piers?
I heard some noise.
Interesting. What did you find at the piers?
McLean's body.
Interesting. If you don't mind, Del Nero, I'll tell you my version of the facts now. I'm sorry if it's not as exciting as yours. There aren't any mystery men or anonymous calls. I think that someone was tailing Sean McLean and then decided to tell you he was at the Melville port. Maybe he did it for the money or for some sort of professional ethics between you private detectives.
Crap.
Let me finish, Del Nero.
No,
With that
it's
information, you took a cab to the port, making sure you had your gun with you. When you got there, you found McLean and you shot him in the stomach. That's how it went. Admit it, Del Nero.
You don't have any proof.
No? So let's talk about the gun you had in your hand when the officer surprised you at the port. You shot out from behind the docks, running like a madman with a gun in your hand. Is that right?
No.
I wasn't running away.
Paraffin analysis on your gun shows that you used it tonight. How do you explain that?
I already told you that my gun went off during the scuffle.
Oh, of course. The scuffle with the mystery man. A man whose face you didn't see and that the officers didn't find any trace of. Del Nero, there were only 2 people at the port tonight. You and McLean. You were the one who killed McLean!
Why would I have killed him?
Revenge, Del Nero. Nothing but revenge. McLean confessed to your involvement with the Valenti family, and that cost him his job on the force and got you a year in the state prison. Well, that seems like a plausible reason to kill someone.
These are just theories, Malone.
These are the facts, Del Nero. Confess. It was you who killed Sean McLean.
Go to hell.
Say you're guilty, Del Nero.
I won't confess to something that I didn't do.
Del Nero, the law allows me to keep you here for as long as I need to. If you confess now, the judge will go easy on you, and you might get off with a lighter sentence.
But then we
Otherwise,
won't have
you
the rest
stay
of the
here in this
game.
room until we find the evidence that shows you're the killer. And if we can't find them, I'll make sure that something turns up. Goodbye, Del Nero.
Bastard. Dannazione. Malone won't take too long to get the proof he needs. I have to find a way out of this situation.
Quick save. Not a quick save, just a quick save here. Well, that was
An
quite
interrogation table.
the interrogation.
I'd like
there.
to say that it's the first time I've seen one. I can't think of anything.
All right, what is this strange panel?
It's the counter where you return personal effects.
Interesting. Anything in here?
Not much that I can do. It's closed. Not much that I can...
Oh, all right, fine.
Hey in there.
Well,
What's happening now?
Someone paid your bail. Pick up your personal effects at the counter and beat it. We need the room.
Right when I was starting to be fond of this place.
that was easy. I thought there'd be more of a
If you want,
puzzle.
I can always toss you in a cell for a few days.
Is this a formal invitation to meet your family?
Burn.
I'd better get out of here quickly. I don't want to spend another minute in this place.
Keep going. There we go.
My person...
Yes, I know. Take.
I hope nothing's missing. Sean's bottle of rye. The officers must have thought it was mine. Otherwise, they would have never left me an object belonging to the person they think I shot.
That's a good point. Just close this here. And close this here. Close. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. License, cigarettes, wallet. Yep, looks like everything's here. Let's get out of here.
Hey, let me out of here. The police department of Hoboken. It's been years since I've been here.
Hoboken?
Nothing's changed.
Is that in the
There are
Shire?
the same photographs on the walls as when I worked here. Officers with their chests puffed out and mayors shaking hands. I really didn't miss this place. Anyway, it's time to figure out who's the good Samaritan that decided to pay my bail.
help you?
Can you tell me who paid my bail?
Tell me your name.
Jack Del Nero.
Jack De Niro?
Del Nero, not De Niro.
Okay, calm down. Jack Del Nero. Here you are. Released at 1:13 with bail paid by Victoria Diaz. Yes, it was Sergeant Diaz who paid your bail.
Well.
You have powerful friends.
It looks like it. Where can I find Sergeant Diaz?
Top floor. Stairs are in the back on the right.
Well.
Thanks. Goodbye, officer.
Goodbye.
Well, let's pay a visit to our benefactor.
Sergeant Diaz, this behavior is unacceptable. I'm not gonna let you hamper my investigation.
It takes a lot of guts to call it an investigation.
I'm not gonna discuss my methods with you. I'm your superior, and I'm ordering you to get your nose out of this matter, or I'll have to take care of you as well.
What do you want to do? Toss me in a cell too?
Stay out of it. It won't turn out well for you.
Don't be so crooked.
Del Nero, do what you want for the time that you have left, because in 24 hours, you'll be back behind bars. And
You got
I'll be the
nothing.
one bringing you in.
What an honor.
Joke all you want. The truth will come out one way or another.
You do like to play the role of the irreproachable police officer, right, Malone?
It's a role that comes easy when I'm standing in front of a murderer.
You have no proof that I killed McLean.
I'll find it, Del Nero. I'll find it. I suggest you don't leave the city. I have personally informed every officer in New York about your situation.
Really?
If they
That's a
find
lot of
you
phone
with 1
calls.
foot outside the city or close to doing anything you shouldn't be, they have orders to arrest you and bring you in.
An entire police department watching my every move. I'm thrilled by the attention.
24 hours, Del Nero. Give me 24 hours.
You won't find nothing.
Sergeant Diaz.
Knock it off, Jack. Call me Victoria.
You've had quite a career over the years. When I knew you, you were just a rookie.
A lot of time has gone by, Jack. Anyone would have done it.
I don't think so. If I were still on the force, I'd still be patrolling Central Station.
You could have become a lieutenant without any problems if you just had some common sense.
I have a pretty rocky relationship with common sense.
It doesn't mix well
Isn't
with
very
booze.
good for an officer.
But that aside, we have to talk. Is there a quiet place?
My office should be quiet enough.
I had been in the force for a couple years already when Victoria came to the department. She
Sweet
was one of the
Victoria.
rookies, fresh from the academy, certain that she could make this city a better place. She quickly realized that wasn't the case, and that, for her, things wouldn't be so easy. Before then, no one had ever heard of a policewoman, and no one wanted her in their way. A Mexican girl who would have started crying at the first gunshot? Not exactly the ideal partner. So Captain Mayers decided to pair her with someone who wouldn't make any trouble. Sean and I were perfect. We had so many demerits for bad conduct that we weren't in any position to object to any of his decisions. So we started to babysit the girl. We taught her everything we knew: how to follow a lead, how to pump someone for information, and how to go home without a bullet in you.
That last one's
Victoria
really
was
useful.
a quick
Learn it.
learner. Yeah, she was
Anyone
shy.
can learn that.
She had intuition. Sean and I liked her right off the bat.
Alright, we'll do this talk, and that'll be the end of the stream here.
What do you want to ask me?
Why did you pay my bail?
Shouldn't I have done it? Would you have rather stayed in the interrogation room?
So you believe I'm innocent?
I didn't say that. But I doubt that you were the one who killed Sean.
You don't think I could kill a man?
Yeah, you could, but that's not the point. You have a lot of defects, Jack, but you're not a killer. And what really doesn't stand up is the motive. Revenge. You pay someone to find Sean and kill him. That doesn't fit with someone who is as unresponsive as you are.
Gee, thanks.
Unresponsive. I'll take that as a compliment. Tell me about Malone.
What do you want to know?
When did he get here?
It's been 3 years since he was transferred here. No one knows much about his past. He's not the kind of guy with whom you can chat over a beer. The only thing I know is that he was with the feds. But no one knows why he left, and
Suspicious.
especially why they transferred him to New York.
Do you know anything else?
What do you want me to say? That he's allergic to lemons, so you can poison him with a slice in his coffee? Jack,
Ew,
no
who
one
puts
knows much
lemons in
about him.
coffee?
He talked to you more during the interrogation than to me in 3 years of working together.
Phew. Cold.
Let's change the subject. Tell me about Sean.
I'm not working on the case, but ask away.
What was he doing in New York?
I don't know. Since you two both got kicked out of the police force, I haven't ever seen him again. I just knew that he had moved to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. While I was locked up in a 10 by 10 foot cell, he was living it up in the City of Angels.
I don't think he was exactly living it up, Jack.
What do you mean?
I got a case a while ago. A guy, a certain Patrick Olson, blew up a cafe near Central Park. During the investigation, Sean's name came out of nowhere. We never had any real need to contact him or question him or even suspect him. But that fact that his name came up surprised me. It seems like he was mixed up in some dirty business out in Los Angeles. I don't know what exactly, but he wasn't living it up.
Tricky.
Why did he have falsified documents with him?
I'm telling you, I'm not on the case, so I don't know all the details. But I
Drat.
think it's strange that Sean was in New York with fake documents, considering that a lot of people know him here. The fakes certainly wouldn't have helped him pass unnoticed.
I don't have any other questions for now. Tell me
What do you want?
Let's see. Do we know anything more?
what do you...
Well, as much as I hate to admit it, he's a great police lieutenant.
Really?
Over the years, he has managed to dismantle more criminal activities than even the feds. He even received an award from the mayor in person.
Huh.
Not for his manners, that's for sure.
His methods during investigations are well known, but everyone turns a blind eye when they see the results. Superiors, feds, Republicans, or the Democrats.
That's impressive.
So he has
Both
the
sides of the
support
aisle?
white collars?
Right. You have to be very careful with him. Tease him enough, and you'll end up in jail, guilty or innocent.
I think I've already teased him enough.
I have no doubts about it.
What were you talking about when I got here?
It seems like he didn't appreciate that I paid your bail.
You aren't on good terms?
We aren't on any terms at all.
Aha.
Malone does his investigations alone and doesn't want anyone underfoot.
That's suspicious.
Let's... I better go now.
If you need me, I'll be in my office.
Which is right here. Thanks. Excuse me. Ooh. All right. Well, I'm gonna save that. Click, click, click. And I think that's a good place to stop. We've got an investigation to deal with. One mystery leads to another, and suddenly we have the police force out to get us, and one former partner dead. What are we gonna do? Ah. All right. So, thank you for watching. This has been the Phoenix stream of Face Noir. I'm not sure what we're doing next week just yet. I don't know if we're going to match what the Steam sales are going to be. Language. But we will be trying out a new time. Instead of 11 a.m. Eastern, we will be trying, what was it, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, Wayne? I think that was what it was. It was the result of a vote, a Twitter vote. So same channel, slightly different time, and probably a different game. We'll see what we do. But all right, drink. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.